Rated J. Para sa Overseas Filipino, mula sa kapwa Overseas Filipino. Ready ka na ba sa isang oras ng balita at balitaktakan? Pwes samahan niyo ako sa mundo ng entertainment, music at social media. At sa tulong na rin ng teknolohiya, we will keep you informed sa mga latest sa showbiz happening. Kaya halina at sumali sa aming kwentuhan. Ikwento na yan, ikay-chika na yan, dito lamang sa Starbuzz Live. The views and opinions of the guests do not reflect the views and opinions of the hosts. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the hosts do not reflect the views and opinions of the show, the management of this page, and the affiliations of the hosts.
Too different, too wild, too loud, done with too much style. Too far, too futuristic, and far too young to mess with. Too smooth, too elevated, too smart, too concentrated. Too ill, too ever stand still, too hard-headed to bend to things. Feel something real, feel something real, feel something real, feel something real, yeah!
Yun, magandang gabi po sa lahat ng viewer natin all over the world. Magandang umaga dyan sa Canada, sa iba pang bahagi ng mundo. And good evening sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Singapore. For more updates, please like and share our social media accounts. Ito po Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, YouTube, and of course, ang ating handler dyan ay Rated J Official. And pwede rin po kayo mag-email sa amin sa ratedjofficial@gmail.com. Thank you very much po sa lahat ng sumali sa atin noong Sabado. Ayan ang ating anniversary special. Ang ating namigay tayo na napakarami talagang mga papremyo. Salamat sa mga tumulong sa atin, sa lahat ng mga partners natin. Hindi ko na mababanggit lahat ng mga pangalan nila, but thank you very much po from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you very much po sa lahat. And syempre sa gabing ito, napaka-espesyal ng ating bisita. Isang film, TV, theater actor, musician, singer, songwriter, director, producer, radio host, fire dancer, and adding to his long list of credentials, fourth runner-up of Mr. Universe 2024. And with that, baka kasama natin ngayong gabi ang nag-iisang Mr. Markki Stroem. Good evening sa'yo, Markki!
Good evening and happy 5th anniversary sa inyo. Thank you for having me as your guest today, a day after yung anniversary nyo, and
yes,
it's great to be here.
Yes, and thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Napakarami pala nito. Philippines, Mr. Universe Philippines, tapos fourth runner-up ng recent Mr. Universe 2024. Nanalo ka rin nga ng Best in National Costume, Best in Talent, at napakarami pang mga opportunities na ibinibigay sa'yo ng pagkakapanalo mo nga ng Mr. Universe. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy pala, how do I pronounce your name? Kasi nga, ito ba ay Stroem, or what? Paano bang pag-pronounce ng pangalan mo?
Well, kapag Norwegian ka, it's Stroem. Pero like, kung hindi, okay lang na Stroem.
Okay, so it's Stroem. Okay. Siyempre, nanggaling din ako sa isang company na Norwegian company. Di ba? A long time ago.
Kasi so, normally yung spelling ko is STR and then yung O, may slash.
Na may double.
So,
slash.
So,
okay.
Stroem with a and then M. Pero yung way of pronouncing is OE. That's why ginawa nilang OE. Pero like, mahirap din i-pronounce it. So, yun. Stroem na lang.
Stroem. Yan. Okay, anyway, Markki, ang totoo mo bang pangalan ay Marcelo, nasa script ko yan eh. Marcelo Angelo Stroem. Tama ba? Or hindi?
Yeah, basta, Markki, I've
Basta
been
yun.
using Markki my
Markki,
whole life.
right. Yan.
So,
Pero-
yan yung name ko.
Pero before we go to that Philippines representing you as representing the Philippines for Mr. Universe 2024, pag-usapan din natin yan later on. Pero bago nga yan, pag-usapan muna natin kung paano ba lumaki or how was your childhood? Like what we normally ask from our previous visitors here in our show, tinatanong nga namin paano ka ba lumaki? Paano ba yung kabataan mo? Sabi mo nga you're a half Filipino and half Norwegian, tama ba ako?
Yes. Pero
Yes,
actually nag-start ako dito sa may Antipolo lang eh. First 8 years of my life doon ako nakatira. Sa
Okay,
Tubigan,
so you were
Antipolo.
born in Antipolo?
Yes. Well, malapit sa Antipolo. I was born malapit sa Antipolo pero doon ako doon ako lumaki for my first 8 years.
Okay.
So nag-aral ako sa Montessori, Lasal, and then after that dahil diplomat yung dad ko, nagtatrabaho siya sa ADB dati. Umalis kami dito, naging OFW din kami as a family. Pumunta kami sa Germany for 3 years from 9 to 12 and doon ako nag-start mag-international school system.
Okay. Saan sa Germany?
After that,
Saan part ng Germany yun?
sa Frankfurt, Germany.
Frankfurt. Okay.
Yes. And then, so
I've
doon
been
ako
there
nag
in Frankfurt
3 years.
as well before.
So yung second language ko talaga is German, Tagalog and German. Kasi nung nag-elementary school ako doon, kailangan Monday in English and then lahat ng homework namin sa Tuesday, ginagawa namin in German and yung teacher namin is nagja-German din. So it's the German immersion program. So doon ako nag-aral in terms of my second language, which is German. Then after that, yung mga cartoons dati, 'di ba, wala tayong mga wala tayong mga subtitles or Netflix or whatever.
Yes, wala
so
pang mga
kailangan
ganun.
so ang pinapanood ko mga Nickelodeon, mga Cartoon Network, pero lahat
In German.
na walang subtitles. So kailangan ko lang talagang aralin ang lengguwahe. And then after that, I came back to the Philippines. Nung 13 years old ako, nag-aral ako dito, international school system ulit. And then upon graduating at 18, nag-college ako sa Switzerland for 4 years. And then, habang nagka-college ako, minsan nag-racket ako dito sa Manila. Pag nandito ako for vacation, nag-modeling ako as for bench and other clothing line. And doon ako na-discover ng management ko. Tinanong nila ako kung gusto kong mag-audition for Philippines Got Talent Season 1 noong 2010. Nag-audition ako, rumating ako sa finals, and then after that, yun, the rest is history. 15 years later, nandito pa rin ako sa industriya.
Sa Pilipinas nga. Pero
industriyang mahal.
Industriya. Yes, in the entertainment industry. Pero yun nga, when you were on that 8 years of your life noon, first 8 years of your life, ikaw ba yung kasi parang 'di ba sa Philippines, uso yan yung mga kabataan natin na kabataan noon na nasa labas yan, naglalaro ng mga street games. Isa ka ba sa mga naggaganon dati or ikaw ay nasa bahay lang at nag-aaral?
Hindi ako matalino as a person, to be honest. I'm what you call very, very street smart. At hindi din ako magaling sa mga school stuff, especially back in the day. I didn't do well sa high school, pero sa college I did quite well. I was more brawny. So, yun. Palagi ako nag-street games, langit lupa.
Okay.
Naglalaro din kami dati. I mean, I don't condone it anymore because animal cruelty. Pero yung mga
Yung nasa matchbox.
Yung mga gagamba,
tapos ilalagay mo dun sa stake, tapos they will compete, parang ganun, di ba?
Or string, yun yung
Or string.
gagambars. Ang dami din na patintero, ang dami din namin nagawa dati kasi doon talaga ako sa probinsya talaga kami. Well, Rizal province at the time, Antipolo Rizal, ngayon Antipolo City. Very very in tune ako sa culture. Especially sa culture ng mga kabataan dito sa Pilipinas kasi doon talaga ako nag-start.
But when you moved to overseas, was it the same or different yung culture nila doon?
Iba yung culture. Pero the thing is, I guess because I was raised in a very international setting, the dad ko Norwegian, yung ninong na nagpakilala sa parents ko is si Uncle David Charlton na British, may-ari ng David Salon. So, very iba't ibang klaseng personalities from all over the world. So, sanay ako sa international system. Unlike most of my friends na yung kabataan nila was focused on yung mga cultivating mga best friend relationships for the rest of their life, barkada for the rest of their life. Wala akong chance na gumanon kasi every 3 years, ibang country, ibang situation, ibang school, ibang mga tao na nakasama ko. So it was hard to really create a support system nung younger ako. Yeah.
So fast forward naman, paano sabi mo nga bumalik ka sa Philippines and then you were discovered sa Pilipinas Got Talent. Did you go through a long queue for the audition or parang meron nang nagsabi na sige, pwede ka nang sumali ka agad or paano bang naging process noon?
May queue. Nasa AFP Theater. Kasi wala din naman akong mga experience. So, hindi naman ako kilala at the time. So, walang special treatment. So, nag-line up talaga kami. Kumakain ng mamon doon sa AFP Theater. Malapit dito. Malapit lang dito actually. Sa home ko. And yun, naghintay ako for maybe around 8 or 9 hours bago ako sumalang. Buti na lang nakapasok ako sa next round. And yun.
Yeah. How did the PGT change your life? Kasi nga sabi nga ni Ai noon na you had the looks, you had the voice, you can play a lot of instruments. Sabi nga niya doon siya na lang daw ang wala sa'yo. Diba? Sabi nga niya na ganun. So, how did PGT change your life?
Wow, it really did change my life kasi umabot ako sa finals and then after that, 15 years later, nandito pa ako. I'm not saying na yung mga kasama ko, walang successes din pero like until this day I'm still doing what I love to do, so I'm always forever thankful sa kanila, sa PGT, of ABS-CBN for jump starting my career. Kahit nag-focus ako sa teatro, mostly every year gumagawa ako ng isang theater play kasi that's what I love initially nag-start ako kasi it's not my problem isn't necessarily money. So it's not really something na I'm like dying for. It's more of the love of my craft. So love ko talaga mag-perform, mag-entertain. So kumukuha lang talaga ako ng project kung gusto ko yung role or bucket list entry ko or something na gawin. So every year, I always choose a project that will make my heart flutter.
Pero paano ka nga nakapasok sa larangan pala ng theater? Kasi nga I got a chance to speak to Miss Pinky Amador when she was here in Singapore and when she did a play here. And bilib na bilib nga ako sa mga taong teatro. You started with Next to Normal, tama ba ako? And then you did Camp Rock, the musical, Mula sa Buwan, Sound of Music, Rent, and recently nga, Little Shop of Horror. So why theater?
Because walang takas. There's no take two. Take one lang. It's the ultimate form of entertainment. Kasi high risk. Pag nagkamali ka on stage,
magmamarka na yun.
Magmamarka din na yun and people will notice. But something I learned from theater is kahit magkamali ka, dire-diretso lang. Kasi kapag nahalata nila na nagkakamali ka, that's more obvious and matatanggal ka talaga in terms of, especially for competition. So you always have to find a way to make, for perception-wise, kahit nagkamali ka sa lines, kailangan dire-diretso lang. Kailangan gawin mo lahat ng makakaya mo para hindi mahalata ng mga tao na nagkamali ka, just in case. Nangyari din yun sa akin ilang beses sa theater, where I mess up sa lines kasi may ADHD ako. So I have a hard time sometimes focusing. So I have to rely on my skill set, which is the ability to add confidence to how I push the narrative.
Sabi nga nila, confidence na nga lang yan. Pero alam mo, sobrang believe talaga din ako sa inyo kasi you can memorize a lot, long lines. Yung nga, nanonood ako ng play nga ni Pinky Amador dito na sobrang ang haba nga ng mga linyahan niya. As in, talagang parang tatatlo lang ata sila dun sa play na yun and she could really memorize verbatim yung kanyang mga lines. So, yun, hindi ka naman nahihirapan sa pag-memorize ng lines, right? Or sometimes sabi mo nga na you had some difficulties.
Hindi, my ADHD only is more of short term. Meaning, kunwari may nagtanong sa akin ng question and sometimes I'll forget the question. Pero in terms of long-term memory, I guess dahil sa years and years of experience ko, kung nakapondo na sa utak ko, memorize na yun. So, nagiging muscle memory na yun. So, minsan, pag nagbabasa ako ng script, araw-araw yun. If what I lack in, let's say, pure intellect, I make up for in hard work and dedication. So I'm a hard worker. And I like to be honest, I like to perceive myself as someone that has a hard time learning as well. Kasi if I focus on knowing everything, na alam ko lahat, ganun, mas lalo hindi ako matututo ng mga bagong stuff. Like katulad ng sinabi ni Lea Salonga sa akin, hard work beats talent any day. Hard work beats intellect any day. So if you put more time and effort and into your skill set, as opposed to people who rely on what they're already good at, you will be a stronger and smarter, better individual at what you do because you put in the work.
But nagtapos ka kasi ng Bachelor of Arts in Hospitality and Marketing Management. Never mo bang nagamit itong natutunan mo nung college?
I've worked for a few different companies once in a while. Pero like, because of my ADHD, it's not for me.
Which
I think kaya ko.
Mm-mm.
I think kaya ko, but I can't sit in front of a desk. I will go crazy. It's not my thing. Hindi siya my, like I have one life. I have this whole YOLO. Like you only have one life. And I want to focus on something that I love or I want to do or that I'm good at. Because if I don't, then dahil sa ADHD ko, mabobore ako and I won't do my very best.
Which right now you're in your yung gustong-gusto mo talaga na ginagawa nga, no? But you entered movies and TV as well. You did some teleseries, live shows, and some online series, which by the way, I've also seen na unlocked noon. TNT, Tawag ng Tanghalan, 5 years ago, naging grand finalist ka sa celebrity edition ng TNT. What is the most unforgettable TV or movie project na ginawa mo? At bakit nga siya bakit siya naging unforgettable for you?
Multiple projects in different ways. I guess dahil ito yung first award. I mean, hindi award ko, but the first win for the entire movie was 10,000 Hours with Robin Padilla for the 2013 MMFF Film Festival. Nanalo kami ng Best Movie, Best Ensemble. Actually, madami kami awards dun. So that's one of my most memorable. Another one, well, I guess if we wanna go that far, Unlock, kasi na-nominate kami sa iba't ibang film festivals sa New York, sa Content Asia Awards, madami kaming nominations, and especially was during the pandemic. And then something na unconventional na nagawa ko, na nominate din ako, was another one where I played a drag queen called what's that called again? My Delivery Girl during the pandemic din yun. So that was taken in so well. Nag-viral siya in all different platforms. This is before the drag queens got famous dito sa Philippines. And now they're killing it. Kasi back then wala silang makuhang drag queens eh. So kumuha na lang sila ng actor. And so I had to learn how to be a drag queen. And then most recently, yung Netflix movie namin, Lolo and the Kid, which was number 1
with
for
Joel
15
Torre.
Yeah, for 15 days here sa Philippines, number 1 siya best movie or most watched movie sa Netflix. And then sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo, ang dami kong naririnig sa Qatar, number 1 siya. Sa Canada, naging number 1 din siya or something. Sa US, naging number 5 ata. So like, it was just really thankful to, until this day, to still be able to capture audiences sa mga nagagawa ko, not just on theater, but on film as well.
Okay, we talk about radio naman. You entered radio. Grabe, ang dami mo talagang ginagawa, no? Pero paano ka naman pumasok sa larangan ng radio?
Firstly, I would like to thank Pokemon Go. So naglalaro ako ng Pokemon Go and yung mga bosses namin sa radyo na naglalaro din ng Pokemon Go. And my co-host, si Chico Garcia, na 28 years na sa radyo sa The Morning Rush, which was the show I made. Siya yung parang ka-play ko ng Pokemon Go. And nung nag-quit yung co-host niya mga 6-7 years ago, tinanong niya ako kung gusto kong mag-radio kasi wala naman akong ginagawa from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Prime time din yung show nila. So sabi ko, yeah, why not? I've always wanted to try radio and baka makasapa ako sa like public speaking, sa hosting, kasi wala ding phase. So the focus is just your content or the quality of what you say. And it's really good training kasi, well, dahil sa ADHD ko, minsan nawawala din ako sa sarili ko because of attention. So, parang nafo-focus ko yung attention ko sa radio. And it's like my therapy, araw-araw. And because of that, I've gotten better and my memory has gotten stronger. And I don't want it to lead kasi to dementia in the future. I want my memory to continuously be tested para hindi ako ma-diagnose with something like that. Kasi that's my biggest fear.
I see. Ayan. Naku, kailangan ko pala talagang i-train yung sarili ko rin. Kasi I had stroke, I think, 2023. Almost 2 years ago. So, kaya sometimes nagsa-slow down yung utak ko. Yan ang problema ko rin from time to time. Pero when I'm doing this kind of interviews, medyo nahahasa ulit yung aking brains. Ayan. Sige, gawa tayo ng laro ng kaunti. Although alam ko na nakikita mo na to sa TV, fast talk. So, meron ako mga itatanong sa'yo, tapos sagutin mo lang na wala ng elaboration ng mga sagot. Alright, sige. Ready ka na?
Okay.
Alright, sige. Mainit o malamig?
Malamig.
Straight or curve?
Straight.
Pagkanta o pag-arte?
Pagkanta.
Pagmo-model or pag-host?
Pag-host.
Rank the following from pinaka-gusto mo sa pinaka-list na gusto mo. TV, movie, radio, or theater?
Theater, movie, radio, TV.
Sino ang Filipino singer na nais mong makakollaborate?
Ulit, Casey Tandingan.
Sino ang foreign singer na nais mong makakollaborate?
Ray.
Sino ang Filipino actor na nais mong makasama sa pelikula o sa series?
Dolly De Leon, actress.
Foreign singer na nais mong makasama sa pelikula?
Foreign actor?
Foreign actor.
Well, Meryl Streep.
How rich are you?
I am rich enough to I believe richness is not based on the money we have. It's based on how happy we are with our lives. And I'm at 100%. To be honest, I'm just so happy with my life.
Wow.
Kahit wala akong kahit for example last year yung focus ko was my pageant na ang dami kong gastos, I'm still just so happy with my life at the moment.
Sexy body or pretty face?
Face.
Mr. Universe or Pilipinas Got Talent?
Pilipinas Got Talent kasi that started my career.
Guilty or not guilty, may kinainisang co-actor sa set?
Guilty.
Guilty or not guilty, may nagustuhang co-actor sa set?
Not guilty.
Guilty or not guilty, may mabahong nakasama sa set?
Guilty.
Nailang sa isang sexy scene? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, yeah.
Nadala sa isang sexy scene? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, never.
Guilty or not guilty, nagsisisi na ginawa ang isang project?
Not guilty.
In a relationship, yes or no?
Yes.
Complete the sentence. Ako si Markki Stroem at nais ko pang blank.
Ako si Markki Stroem at nais ko pang sumalang sa Broadway.
Wow. Alright. Sige. Ayan. Pag-usapan natin yung Broadway na yan maya-maya. Pero pag-usapan muna natin ngayon yung Mr. Universe mo nga na ginawa. This was like last December, di ba? Napanood
Yes.
nga nila. Ang sabi mo nga sa isang interview is napanood ka sa isang hosting activity with Pia and Catriona. And by the way, na-interview ko na rin sila when they came here in Singapore. Kwento mo naman sa amin, paano ka na-appoint bilang Mr. Universe Philippines noong 2024?
I think nakita nila ako sa isang isang hosting event for Love Yourself, which has been an advocacy of mine for a few years, which is HIV and AIDS awareness dito sa Philippines. And since 2014, tinutulungan ko sila because of an incident that happened with someone I used to work with who is actually a director. Ang dami kong natutunan sa kanya, and then biglang from one project to the next, biglang nawala siya sa next project, and inisip ko, saan ba tong director na to? Saan siya napunta? And then a few years later, thank God, bumalik siya sa same production company, and then nakita ko siya, huy, what happened to you? Where did you go? Ganon. So sabi niya, na may HIV daw siya. And at that time, nag-escalate siya to AIDS, and almost muntik siya namatay. And ever since then, it's come to my knowledge, especially coming from Switzerland, na everything's very open and stuff like that. Na it's very important to let the youth know that it's important to protect themselves.
But this person is alive.
Alive, yes.
Until now.
Nakita ko siya recently, actually. He has recovered, but the thing is, he reached the point of almost death, which is scary.
So ibig sabihin, talagang pwede pa rin mabuhay naman kahit na merong
you can live a long life. Well, HIV. HIV. AIDS is tough. Kasi that's nag-evolve kasi yung HIV into AIDS if you don't take the proper treatment. I think it's called ARV, yung pill na take nila. Or if you are negative or if you're non-reactive, you can take something called PrEP, which if you have any sexual activity or any, for example, sharing of needles or whatever with someone who has HIV, if you take that PrEP, hindi ka mahahawa.
Right. Nako, isang buong episode pala ang pag-uusapan natin yan kapag tinalaki nga natin yung advocacy mo nga na yan.
Yeah,
pero sige, balik muna tayo dito sa Mr. Universe na yan. Okay, so how was the prayer? How were you like, so ano yan, in-appoint kanila na, sige, ikaw na lang mag-represent ng Philippines, ganun bang nangyari doon?
Yeah, nag-message sila sa akin. Kasi I think, for example, it's the very first of its kind. Kasi initially, yung initial Mr. Universe was yung kay Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is actually nag-stop sila after a while, tapos naging Mr. Galaxy or something. Pero yung Mr. Universe, hindi na ginagamit in terms of copyright there, and nag-expire or something na doon. So, ginawa na lang nilang Mr. Universe pageant. So, Yes, that is the evolution of saan galing tong Mr. Universe. So itong Mr. Universe is the same copyright as the copyright of that Mr. Universe, yung kay
I see.
Arnold.
Oh,
Pero
pero yun
naging
nga.
pageant. And the thing is, kumuha sila ng mga, well, since it's the first, kumuha sila ng mga actors and singers and
Sa iba-ibang bansa.
yung mga reality show stars katulad ng first runner-up na si Cormac na galing sa Love Island USA. And then yung isang kasama ko, 2.2 million followers sa TikTok. So, lahat sila may parang K.
At may mga pangalan nila sa mga iba-ibang bansa.
May mga pangalan sila sa mga iba't ibang bansa. So, hindi to parang yung katulad ng mga ibang pageants na usually it's a career starter. This one is more like people who already have established careers in their own countries coming together and sharing what they've experienced. And ang dami ko din natutunan sa mga co-candidates ko.
Pero sinabi ba nila sa'yo na bakit ikaw ang pinili nila for the Philippines? Kasi syempre ang daming mga personalities din dyan sa Philippines. But why did they choose you?
I don't know. I guess it's because, first of all, I have an advocacy that I have, until today, feel so strongly about, including mental health as well, that I have focused on. And two, I guess, is because I have radio experience and I speak quite well. If you go back to my pageant, even if sometimes content messes me up, I still speak incredibly eloquently, I believe, to the point of them not clocking me for how I say it. It's just what I said.
It's the content.
Yeah, as opposed to how I said it. Like, if someone isn't listening directly to the content of what I had to say, I said it in a way that was most eloquent. And I guess it was also because I'm new to the pageant circuit. I have no experience, and most of yung mga kasama ko, well, a few of them don't have experience din. So it's just a great experience to do something new and something for the international public. And also because my grasp of the English language is pretty strong, I guess. Sorry, I'm just tooting my own horn because I'm trying to figure out reasons why they chose me. And also because, well, I have ties, I guess. For example, naglakad ako sa Dubai Fashion Week. Nakatrabaho akong Pokemon Company Japan for ilang years. I did 19 events for them. 3, nakasalis ako sa Broadway touring cast ng The Sound of Music. Lahat ng mga kasama ko are from New York. From Broadway mismo. So, in terms of international training, madami din akong international projects. So I guess they said maybe it's a good good match. Sabi nila, I don't know.
And you're the best choice for the Philippines.
Maybe.
Siguro nga.
I don't know.
Diba?
Sa panig nila.
Yeah, pero you were busy with your radio show kasi araw-araw pa rin nga yung radio show mo, tapos tumanggap ka pa nga ng theater, you had a back-to-back activities noon. How did you prepare? How did you squeeze in yung pageant preparation mo for this? How was the preparation like?
Let's just say, ang dami kong ginagawa last year, pero wala masyadong earnings. So, kunwari, nag-rent ako straight into Little Shop of Horrors na yung rehearsals ko are from 4 to 10 p.m. at night. Tapos, I have radio from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then, uuwi ako, matutulog ako for 1 hour. And then, after that, diretso ako sa workout. So, nag-workout ako for a good 1 or 2 hours kasi kailangan ko din ng workout before going into rehearsals. So those were my days. From 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. And I did 2 musicals in a row, amounting to almost 14 different characters. Kasi for Rent, I had to play Collins and Benny. Benny had 2 other tracks, so that's 4 characters. And then dun sa Little Shop of Horrors, yung isang character ko is the entire ensemble din. So he plays 11 characters or 10 10 characters. And nahirapan ako. I'm gonna be honest. Muntik na nga ako na na burn out. But I always think about the fact na I said yes to this. And I wanted this in my life. So I have to finish it. I always finish what I start. And I try to do it at the best of my ability. But last year, I don't think I'll ever fill my schedule like that anymore. Especially at my age. I'm in my late 30s. It's much harder to get in the shape that I was in before now. As in, kailangan ko ng 3 times the amount of work that I had to do before. In terms of dieting.
Right, but you actually look, parang nag-lose ka ng weight. Was it intentional na nag-lose ka ng weight because of the pageant? Or not really?
Oh, yes. It's very important. Kasi I have to compete with these individuals na 6'3". Kahit ang tangkad nila, and then ang gaganda pa ng mga katawan nila, and they're all in their 20s. So, ang dali para sa kanila. Kitang-kita na kumakain sila ng kung ano-ano, chichirya or whatever, and they still look so good. Ako, I had to do my non-carb diet for 7 days or for 3 weeks bago ako dumating. And then pagdating ko dun, hindi din ako kumain masyado kasi I had to be in the right shape for that stage. It was part of the work, the training. The problem lang is kung wala kang carbs sa katawan, may brain fog na nangyayari. So it's just hard to function. That's why a lot of pageant people, pag narinig mo yung mga question and answer nila, sobrang off sometimes.
Walang laman.
Kasi walang laman din ang utak nila kasi wala silang kinakain. So it's not easy. Pageant is all around You have to look good, you have to sound good, you have to it's harder than you would imagine, and it's something I learned after being a part of it. And kudos sa lahat ng mga sumasali sa pageant and how they trained for it. I guess one thing that I wish I would have done is maybe done a local pageant here before doing an international pageant kaagad, para the small things that I learned while I was on that stage, I could have learned beforehand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you said that you were also you're doing modeling before. Meron bang difference yung modeling as compared sa pageant walking?
Yes, actually. Modeling it's very all about the clothes. The pageant is about showing your pleasing personality. Ang daming mga nag-comment dito kasi I guess feeling nila like it's about modeling or whatever, how you walk, but apparently the judges really enjoyed how I walk because I was focusing on just smiling. I wanted them to always focus on my smiling face. And for the Philippines, maybe it didn't look like something that they wanted, but for the judges,
They appreciated it.
They really appreciated it, and I focused on what the judges wanted, more on what the bashers want.
Speaking of bashers, eto na nga, naging controversial ka nga dahil nga sa moniker mo na Land of the Rising Sun. Para lang maalala ng ating mga viewers, pinakilala niya ang sarili niya from the Land of the Rising Sun, which is, by the way, Japan yun, and Japan is my ultimate favorite Asian country. So, how did it happen, or why did it happen, and how did you overcome it?
Okay, first of all, we were asked to create our own moniker. So if you listen to the other people, because everyone just listened to me, a lot of people had their own moniker, like Canada, land of free healthcare, or Venezuela, land of the most beautiful people in the world. Yung tipong gumawa sila ng sarili ng moniker. Yung sa akin was supposed to be land of 3 stars in the sun. Kaso lang, nagkamali ako. Ganun lang. It's very straightforward, and I am sorry again for doing this. And it happened, and I just like to apologize again, 1, and 2, look at it in the best possible way. Na kung hindi nangyari yun, people would not have talked about the pageant as much as they did, which probably would have like brushed it aside. But because Filipinos are, including myself, are very Martes focused, they like the intrigue.
Yes.
So dahil sa intrigue na yun, yun. Sumabog.
Pero I think hindi naman dahil nga doon naman yung pinag-uusapan. It's because you are really a big star already in the Philippines and you joined this big competition. That's why they think that you are deserving to be talked about in these kinds of conversations, diba?
I guess,
so, yun nga.
I guess. But it's like a combination. I'm not talking about I'm talking about just the side of the hate. But in terms of the love, I'm so thankful for all the kind messages that each and every single one of you sent me. I'm just so thankful for all of the support that you have given me. Because mahirap din kung puro hate. So happy ako na may konting love.
But how did you overcome this? Etong issue na to.
Wala, pinagtawanan ko na lang. It's just how you should do it. I don't think that you should feel sorry or feel bad about yourself kasi nag-sorry ka na eh. It's more of the fact na you made a mistake, you apologize, and you grow from it. You learn your lesson. Like, if something like this happens, always, do your very best to make amends for what you did. And I tried my best to make amends, and I said I made a mistake. I guess that I was very adamant about saying that I made a mistake, and I think I moved on from it. And if anything, I educated a lot of our Filipino people, including myself, as to because I'm sure a lot of, I'm not saying all, but ang dami din nagsabi sa akin, nag-message sa akin na hindi nila alam yung moniker until na-correct.
Until sinabi mo nga. Until
Yes.
na-correct ka nga. Yan. So, ikaw ba yung tipong nag-off ng social media mo for 1 week or something like that just to be not able to read those kinds of comments and bashing from the social media?
No.
Tuloy-tuloy lang.
In fact, sumasagot nga ako eh.
Ganun ba
Wala,
yun?
I'm very candid. Wala akong pake. I guess that's why people are interested in what I have to say. Kasi I'm not like, oh, sorry, I feel so bad. No, I'm not like that. I'm like, if you want to say something to my face, say it to my face, and I'm happy to take it. Right? Because I made a mistake. And it's also important. Like, for example, dati sa theater ko, if someone writes an article about me, I always read it. Whatever, good or bad, there's a learning from it.
Or is it because...
Again, I am thankful for each and every single one of these individuals who have sent messages to me. Kasi kung wala sila, I guess, again, the opposite of love is not hate. I keep saying this. It's apathy, which is meaning wala silang paki sa akin. So, kung nagtuthrow sila ng hate, that means they care enough to send me negative messages.
Is it not because mataas ang expectation nila sa isang Markki Stroem? Kasi nga, di ba, parang you're a big star in the Philippines.
It's not just that. I mean, I've been getting hate from individuals. I mean, like, for years.
Okay.
They're always trying to find something wrong with me, which is, I mean, I understand. It's just how it is. Like, it's how the system works, right? Hilahan pababa. And it's just something that I've grown and come to terms with. If it was someone na bago, now I know exactly how these pageant people feel who make mistakes and they have to deal with it for the rest of their lives. My gosh, people, it's, for me, I don't think that these people deserve, not just myself, but these individuals deserve the bashing that they got.
Ayun, first time mo nga na sumali sa isang male pageant, ano yung natutunan mo or what's the greatest lesson na natutunan mo for this pageant?
The greatest lesson that I learned from this pageant is, I guess, to always stay humble, right? Always stay humble, focus on your humble beginnings, and really look at the world in a way na even if you have your sights at winning, you always have to stay grounded. Yeah.
All right. Nakilala ka nga na you speak your mind in your radio show. Sa tingin mo ba naging masaya ka sa mga sagot mo sa mga katanungan nila nung pageant? And if you were to answer the same question again, would you still answer the same way that you answered during that pageant?
My first question, I'm happy about how I answered it. The second question, my ADHD messed me up because I forgot the question. And because I focused on my father, my real dad, who abandoned me as a kid, and I've never talked about that in person. And for me, I just would have said and started the question off by saying, I believe that success is a combination of resilience, reliability, and responsibility, which are the 3 R's thought to be my father, Rune, who happens to be my 4th R, which are representations of what success really means in this world. Forgot to put the success kasi nga, I was so focused on revealing a secret that I've never shared with the public before, na nawala ako sa sarili ko and nawala ako sa line of questioning, which I am sorry that happened. But again, I remained with the level of eloquence that I feel I needed to be at to keep going, even if I did make a mistake.
So do you think that affected actually the results of the pageant?
Yeah. Yes. But
Okay.
but I'm still happy with
The
placing.
results.
I still placed. So, I mean, it's not like super olats ako, di ba? So, kahit nagkamali ako, I was still able to go home with a sash. So, and a title.
But again, when you were going to that pageant, naisip mo ba na sana makuha ko yung mismong crown? Was that your final goal in that competition?
Yeah.
Or gusto mo lang na magkaroon ng place?
I just wanted to showcase and make the Philippines proud, and I think I did that. So I mean, even if there was a bit of controversy, I mean, Filipinos thrive with controversy. They love these things. They love it. It's why teleseries are so big.
Yes.
So it's just, I'm just so happy that I was able to bring as much pride as I could to the Philippines as I could. I mean, that tikbalang look, I paid over 50,000 pesos for the outfit, which I helped design. And then bringing it pa on the plane, I spent another 60,000-70,000 pesos. Wala akong national director like all the other pageants here na may nag-handle ng mga ganun. Ako nagbayad ng lahat.
Wow.
Oh,
Even
yes.
your plane and everything, ikaw nagbayad.
No, they paid for my flight.
Okay.
I paid for the extra luggage. I paid for everything that needed to be paid for because I really wanted the best for this country, which I did my best for.
Yeah, and you won. 'Di ba nanalo ka nga ng national costume,
Best
'di ba?
national costume. Yeah.
Pero ano to eto ba ay meron kayong stipend or yung parang ano yun, yung parang money nyo, daily allowance or something like that?
No.
Wow. So lahat ng ginastos mo, sa'yo lahat yun?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, speaking of controversy,
yeah, nothing.
Yeah, wow.
No money.
But winning a 4th runner-up, meron ding bang cash prize yun o wala?
No.
Wow. So it's just the sash, yun lang yun. Okay.
Well, I mean, we went home with my minor awards. I went home with a few pieces of jewelry, but it's starting. The pageant is just starting, so yeah. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, to be honest, it's really good that I got to be able to do that because I really tried my very best and I learned so much, and it was a bucket list entry. I can tick it off.
Speaking of controversies, are you offended? Are you offended kapag may nagtatanong sa'yo about sexual orientation? Kasi when I was scrolling some of the videos, talagang isa sa mga pinag-uusapan nga
is about your sexual orientation. Do you get offended because of that?
To be honest, no.
Okay. So chill ka lang doon.
I just don't really care about what people have to say about me. And I think that's why I don't like marinate. Kasi whatever anyone has to say about me is their business. It's none of my business.
Right.
It's their business. That's always how I think. Like, that's why I don't hate haters. It's more of the fact that, okay, that's your opinion of me, and that's how you feel about me. That's okay. It's your opinion. But it's up to me whether I want to block you or not. Because I don't want that
Okay.
energy and emotional stress in my life if I get it every day. Kunwari may isang nag-message na ganun. Yung tipong sa utak ko, strike 1. Pag nag-send ulit sila, strike 2.
Strike
Then
two.
pag strike 3 na.
Block na.
It's something that we don't need in our lives. Like, it's okay to have your opinion, but it doesn't mean that the person the opinion you have of will treat you nicely forever. They'd much rather not have you there in your life. So, X na lang, block na lang. It's just for both of our peace of mind.
But whose opinion matters to you?
Huh?
Kaninong opinion ang kanino ka affected kunyari pag sinabi nila na ganito, you will be affected?
I used to be affected so much by what everyone had to say about me, but these days
Even including your family?
I listen, but I really could fully care less about people's opinions of me. Initially I was like, oh my gosh, kawawa naman ako, binabash ako. These days it's just like, okay, thank you for the extra publicity.
Yes.
It's not very nice what you said, but you know what? Let's look at it the best possible way. I always try to see the glass half full because I heard somewhere, I think it was in the 8 show, I was watching it recently. Negative emotions lead to wrinkles.
Which ayaw na natin magkaroon ng wrinkles.
Do we want to have wrinkles? No. So let's if we have a negative emotion, okay, we feel it, but like don't let it marinate. And don't let it allow to take you over. Try to focus on moving on from that. Smile. Diba? Yan yung yan yung viewpoint ko sa buhay.
And I think that's a very obvious na a sign of maturity talaga yung mga ganyang pananaw na sa buhay, right?
Yeah,
What's next?
I think
Next?
If I was in my 20s, it would have been much harder. I would have probably been depressed until now. I probably would have been like lying in bed, not worrying, like not working. But I guess it takes self-understanding and self-love. So, meaning forgiving yourself for mistakes. Kasi lahat tayo naman tao tayo, 'di ba, lahat nagkakamali tayo. Hindi tayo perfectong tao. So, yun.
You know, I just realized now na, nga pala, no, ang tagal mo na nga pala sa industry. So that was 2010. So ibig sabihin, or 2010 nga nag-umpisa. So 15 years ago na yon. Ibig sabihin, you're already of course, more than 30, but I was assuming a while ago that you're on your late 20s. Yun ang impression ko nga sa'yo na nasa late 20s ka. Okay, so what's next for Markki Stroem? You mentioned sa isang interview mo that you will be coming back in TV, and you mentioned that you're going back to your roots. Eto ba ay PGT na na-advertise kayo na magkakaroon ng pagbabalik sa TV? Are you gonna be part of PGT? You know or yes?
I cannot say anything. Hindi ako pwede magsalita. It's part of the contract and nag-sign na ako ng contract. Pero yeah, again, I'm doing something that back to my roots. Back to my roots. I'm doing something na let's just say I've never done before. But back to my roots.
I see, all right.
And I don't wanna I don't wanna expound more kasi baka magalit yung next project ko.
Okay, anyways, last message na lang sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Singapore. By the way, when was the last time you were here in Singapore?
Tagal na. Mga 6-7 years ago. 6 years.
Okay.
But I would love to go back. I love Singapore. Singapore is so beautiful. I love the food there.
What's your
I used to
favorite
play
food?
Like the hawker stuff.
Yung hawker centers. Okay.
Yeah, I love those places.
Anong favorite
So
food
good.
mo nga sa hawker center?
The duck.
Oh, okay. Yung roasted duck. Yung
Roasted duck. Yeah, so sobrang fan ako nun. And I really love protein. So, yeah.
Right. Sige. Message mo na lang sa mga kababayan natin dito sa Singapore, Markki.
Mga kababayan natin sa Singapore, salamat sa lahat ng suporta nyo. I'm thankful. Again, each and every single one of you have been just so kind, not just to myself, but all of the other Filipino entertainers. I'm just happy to still be able to entertain, and I'm happy that lahat ng mga kasama ko dito sa industry are able to entertain, not just here in the Philippines, but all around the world. And I'm just so thankful to all our kababayans na Filipinos who are really pushing for, international Filipino visibility, such as yourself sa Starbuzz. Thank you for having us and interviewing us and giving us this platform to celebrate with our mga kababayans all over the world.
Right. And of course, invite mo na rin sila sa iyong mga social media, and of course, kung yung mga projects mo pala.
Yes, please come support me, please, on my social media if you want to see what's happening in my life. Markki Stroem, MARKKISTROEM on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X. If you want it, I'm there. And watch out for my next project na hindi ko pa pwedeng sabihin, but you will know when the project will happen. Maybe not during the start of the project, but maybe in between. You will find out. Or sana sa dulo.
Yes. Thank you very much, Markki Stroem. Diyan ka lang kasi magpipicture pa tayo before ako I-exit. But yan po ang ating kabuuan ng ating kwentuhan ngayong gabi. Samahan niyo muli kami sa susunod na linggo sa isa na namang masayang balitaan at balitaktakan mula rito sa Singapore. Ako po si June. Ito ang programang ginawa ng mga overseas Filipino para sa kapwa overseas Filipino, at ito ang Starbuzz Live. Thank you very much, Markki. At diyan ka lang at mag-extra lang tayo dito.
Thanks, guys.
Yan, sige. Alright.
Thank you for watching our program. Please do like and share this video. Don't forget to watch our other videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Salamat, Karita J.